How do you describe this year in one word? In one sentence? How would you describe 2025? I don't know. Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a 2025 recap. So I'm going to break this down by going over my YouTube recap, Amazon Music recap. Then I want to talk a little bit about books and then life this year. I wanted to start with the fun stuff. So that's what we're going to do. So if you didn't know, YouTube sends like a yearly recap like they do with Spotify and stuff like that. So I wanted to go over those, but not all of them, just a select few. I really want to talk about music for the most part. Let's just start. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm trying something different with the audio. But anyway, I'll also put them on the screen, whichever side. The first category for YouTube was top interests. It goes in this order. Hip hop was the top category, followed by personal development, then vlogs about daily life. Then it says I watched a total of 626 channels this year, which is interesting. Then it dives into top channels. The first one was Jazz Turner. I discovered her channel this year, and it's been really helpful for me with the journey that I'm on, which I'm not going to dive into right now, but it's been very helpful. Followed by NK Mandani. That's another channel that I discovered this year. I think the first one was she's diving back into her hobby of reading books again, and I relate to that, so it's very cool to watch. Then it says Mark Dark TV. He does a lot of reviews and recaps of TV shows. I started watching his channel when he would do the reviews of the recaps of Power, but I haven't watched that since the original Power series ended because that show was starting to get really stupid and I don't like how it ended, and the fact that they did these spin-offs, I was like, I'm not watching that. I don't care if they get good reviews, I'm not watching it. I still haven't. Like, I've watched a couple of them from book 2. That's not my vibe anymore. I'm not interested. I would still watch his recaps on the spin-offs, and then I just stopped entirely because I don't care about that series. But I do watch for The Shy. I love his recaps, so every time I would watch an episode of The Shy, I'd watch the recap right after. The next thing for this YouTube 2025 recap is different sides of you. There's 3. The first one is cultured. So exploring music and pop culture from hip hop to current events, which you're going to see a lot of hip hop. I told y'all I love hip hop. So it says hip hop culture discussions, music interviews. So yes, I did watch music interviews from specific artists, and culture discussions, I'm not sure. I'm not really into pop culture, so maybe it was, I don't know what they're talking about. The second one is self-aware, always thinking about personal growth and self-improvement, it seems. Accurate. Let's see, personal development, relationship advice, and mindfulness tips. And as I mentioned in Mental Health May, I have been looking at all relationships in my life, every single one. So that's why that's there. Next one, it says homebody. Love making living space feel cozy and comfy. So home decor, cleaning tips, DIY projects. I love DIYs. I love home decor. Cleaning tips, I don't know. I don't know. The next category in the YouTube recap, I match nicely with one personality type, which is the self-improver, which I agree. I'm constantly working on improving myself. Now we get into the music. Top songs. This is funny. Hold on. There was one. The light just flickered. I don't know if y'all saw that. Let's see, we have early 2025, mid 2025, and late 2025. So early 2025, they said I focused on personal well-being. One of the channels that they put that I watched was my own channel. Oh, I thought that was funny and interesting. Yeah, I'll put some of them on the screen. I'm not going to dive into all of them. It's not necessary. So the next part I said was top songs. Let's dive into that. This is funny to me because if you've been here for a while, there's no surprise that most of these are Tyler the Creator. 4 out of 5 of these songs are his songs, and they're from the Don't Tap the Glass album. So number 1 is I'll Take Care of You, and if you saw in my I'm Over It video, that was the song that I was listening to in one of the clips. That song has been on repeat so many times, so that's no surprise that this is number 1. 2 is Don't You Worry Baby. That might be my second favorite on that album. Then 3 has Little Homies by Vince Staples. I've mentioned that song before during my Mental Health May music that kept me sane. Then the next song I have Sugar on My Tongue. That was stuck in my head, so I listened to it a few times. And then Stop Playing With Me. That's the first song that I heard from the album. The next category is top artists. We already know who's number 1, right? So top artist, number 1, Tyler the Creator. 2, Vince Staples. 3, Rhapsody. 4, Lupe Fiasco. And 5 is Doechii. And this makes sense to me. I will say I've mostly been listening to Lupe Fiasco on my CD player. Like, I would play his latest album a lot. No skips, ever, at all. If I was listening to the album more on YouTube, it would be higher up. My YouTube award would be most likely to organize a themed party and share the snacks with everyone. I disagree with this. Would that have been me a few years ago? Yes, but now I don't care for hosting parties. It's too much. It's too much. I don't feel like being bothered. But will I share my stuff? Of course. Next part that I'm excited to talk about is Amazon Music. I still did not get Spotify. It's on my to-do list though. The Amazon Music 2025 recap. The theme is, this is your music festival. First image, it says microphone flow stage. Main artist of this stage is Tyler the Creator. Then we have Kendrick Lamar. Philanthropy, I think that's a lo-fi or a chill hop artist. Then it has Duckworth. Sleepy Fish is another chill hop artist. They have Lil Yachty. I think I only like a few songs from Lil Yachty. Then they have Moods. That might be another chill hop artist. A Tribe Called Quest, of course. Favorite hip hop group. Then Shabuzi, because I've been listening to Cowboy Carter. Then they have Vince Staples. Yes. Jasper, that's another chill hop artist. Sid. Yes. Manma, that's another chill hop. Baby Keem, that's because I've been listening to Savior by Kendrick Lamar featuring Baby Keem and I forget the other person's name. But yeah, that's why he's up here. Then they have Ian Ewing, which is another chill hop artist. So the Elegant Rhythm stage, main artist is Solange, which makes perfect sense. Then they have Stevie Wonder. Love Stevie Wonder. Lion Babe. Yes, Missy Elliott. Pharrell Williams. Maxwell. Guapel. SZA. Her, Frank Ocean, Sade, Lucky Day, Snow Allegra, Chloe and Halle, Bryson Tiller. I don't know why that's on there. I listen to like one Bryson Tiller song nowadays. I'm not. But yeah, I love this. The Melody Pop stage, they have Beyonce as the main artist. Then they have Sabrina Carpenter, Jonas Blue. Who is that? Then they have Doja Cat, Lizzo, Gwen Stefani. Yes, because I've been listening to Hollaback Girl is on my playlist. One of my playlists. Delight. Lucy Pearl. Yes. Because of that one song. It's Dance Tonight. Then Willow, Yeba, Michael Jackson, Barnes Boulevard. I don't know who that is. Bow, Madcon, and Megan Thee Stallion. I have like one Megan Thee Stallion song. I don't know. But yeah, I'd go to this music fest. So the next part for Amazon Music is top genres. So, of course, the first genre is rap and hip hop. The second one is R&B. The third, alternative hip hop. 4, lo-fi hip hop. And 5 is pop. Pretty accurate. Top songs. First one is Thought I Was Dead by Tyler, the Creator. In Mental Health May, I mentioned why I like the song so much. So I'm not going to repeat that. Then Peekaboo. Also mentioned that in Mental Health May. Music that kept me sane. It's for the same reason with these two. Drive Me Crazy by Lil Yachty. That's why he was on the list before, because I listened to this song a lot. Then they have Sweet Honey Buckin' by Beyonce and Shaboozey, which I ran into the ground when this album first came out. That was the most listened to song I had on YouTube. Then I have We Can Work It Out by Stevie Wonder, because I also ran this song to the ground. So yeah, this is pretty accurate. My top artists. Okay, so the way this is set up is like you're at the festival and you're at the merch table. For the top 3 artists, they have Tyler, the Creator, Kendrick Lamar, and Beyonce. It's pretty accurate. The headliner is Tyler, the Creator. Listen, he has music for every type of mood I have, so since we're talking about that, Camp Flog Gnaw was streaming on Amazon Music, so I caught certain artists perform. I saw Mike G. I caught the end of Earl Sweatshirt's performance. I saw a couple of new artists that I don't remember the name, but I'll put it on the screen somewhere, who I liked. Of course, I caught Doechie's performance. Then I saw T-Pain perform. I didn't know he was going to be there, but yeah, I was able to catch him perform. I saw Tyler, the Creator's performance. I saw Kelly Uchis. Yes. Oh, yes. Childish Gambino and Clips. Yeah. So I caught a good chunk of performances. It was fun being able to watch the live stream in the comfort of my home instead of being at a concert with a bunch of people just bumping into you. It was great because I like concerts, but I also don't. You know, if you know, you know. But like, yeah, it was nice to be able to stream that. As far as concerts, I did see Beyonce in concert this year. I knew that was going to be the last concert I'd see for a while. Like I mentioned, during Craftsmas, my budget is tight. I was really tempted to go to the Chromacopia tour, but I was like, I can't, and it's fine. And the one I was thinking of going to was the one where he announced the Don't Tap the Glass album. So I would have seen that, but I didn't go, and it's fine because guess what? Still able to listen to the music. Like, I can stream it. I can see, I caught the performance during the Camp Flog stream, and it's all good. Like, ain't no FOMO over here. So that's my overall experience with the Camp Flog and whatever, what have you. Then the last thing that Amazon Music mentioned was the podcast that I listened to, which I can show for a quick second. I listen to podcasts on and off, but the first podcast is Misunderstood by NK Madani. That's the one that I also watch her content on YouTube. Like, I saw the YouTube first, and then she mentioned the podcast, so I was listening to that. Second one, it says the Hood Soft Life podcast. I heard about that podcast from the third one, which is Affirmations for Black Girls. The Hood Soft Life is about her trying to live a soft life after having to hustle and grind for so long. Affirmations for Black Girls, I listened to a lot. I discovered it last year on YouTube and then listened to it on Amazon Music. I discovered it at the perfect time, honestly. Like, the way it aligned because of not just the healing journey, but also she also had a dog who had cancer, and hearing those episodes while my dog was also diagnosed with cancer and then going through that really helped me out. Between the YouTube recap and the Amazon Music recap, you can see the similarities of who I listen to the most, the type of interests I have, and that's that. With books, I recorded a voiceover of books that I read, which was supposed to come out in the summer, but that would take a long time to edit. So I've been just doing other things. So I'll eventually upload that whenever I have the time to edit and whatever, what have you. I'm only going to mention a few books that were not mentioned during the books that I've read video back in May. So Skin and Bones by Renee Watson. Excellent book. You'll hear more about it when I upload that video where I discussed it, but it was really good. The main character is about to get married, but her about-to-be husband tells her something that the day of their wedding, right before they're about to get married, like they're finna head to the church. He says, I need to let you know this before you walk down the aisle. And what he told her made her call the wedding off. Then she's navigating that. She has a daughter, and she sees her mother's fiance as her dad because her biological dad has not really been in her life like that. And then he comes back into the picture, and he was pissing me off, but you'll hear about it when that video comes out. They also talked about Black culture and gentrification and things like that. Really good, I recommend it. The next book is Not All Downhill From Here by Terry McMillan. That was also a great book. It reminded me of Girlfriends and how they talk to each other a little bit. Like, I personally don't want nobody calling me the B word. I don't like that. The sassiness and how they talk to each other gave Girlfriends a little bit. They were all like in their 60s. I think they were in their 60s. You know, they've been friends for a very long time. The main character lost her husband. She's grieving and her friends are there with her. They all have their own stuff they're going through. Her daughter has an alcohol addiction, and there's a whole lot. There's a whole lot. Although their friend group gave Girlfriends vibes, like the show Girlfriends, they actually loved each other. You know what I mean? Like, Girlfriends gave off frenemies, like, we're friends because we know each other, but deep down I really don't like you. Girlfriends, the show, they weren't real friends, you know what I mean? Like, Watching that back as an adult, you're like, y'all don't like each other for real. Why are y'all still hanging out with each other? Just stop. It's all not downhill from here. Very great book. When so much is going on, how to live life and have a support group and things like that. The next book is The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Delilah Harris. It also has a Hulu series. It has 1 season. I thought that I would check it out after reading the book, but I'm not going to. Not just because of the reviews, but also that video that I said I did the voiceover for. I reviewed that book as well. I think it's a great conversation starter, but as far as like how the story went, it's just like, why? You know, it was frustrating, and it took a while for the story to get somewhere. I was like, all right, when y'all getting to the point, like, what's taking so long to get to the point? And I don't like when books drag along. Like, just get to the meat and potatoes of what's going on. I wasn't really digging it, but I still recommend it because it's great for a discussion. If you go on Goodreads, they're dragging this book. And I picked it up because of the description, like the summary in the back of the book and the cover. That was enticing. I was like, oh, okay. And then I read it and I was like, this is not at all what I expected, and not in a good way. So there's this series of books, which I'll just put the titles on the screen because I don't remember right now, but I mentioned it during my I'm Over It video. The main character was getting on my nerves. So the first book is a 3-part series. The first book was my least favorite because there were multiple characters getting on my nerves. And then it got better with each book. So the third one was the best, in my opinion, followed by the second, and then the first. Maybe I'll dive into it more, maybe not, I don't know. But I do recommend the series. So it basically shows growth because, that first book with those characters were just self-sabotaging and not making logical decisions. I was getting frustrated. And I was like, why would you do? I'm literally reading it like, why would you do that? What are you doing? But, as you read the second book, I'm like, okay, you're seeing some growth, and then even more growth in the third book. So I recommend it. And these books are by Jane Allen. The last book I'll mention is There's Something About Mira. I wasn't expecting to get so looped into the book like I was. That was a real page turner for me. Because at first I'm like, okay, this is, I'm reading it. And then the story really picked up. I was like, ooh, it was hard to put it down. So the main character, Mira, she is engaged. She's preparing for this wedding. And her family keeps telling her how lucky she is to find her husband, but no one's saying how lucky he is to be with her. So she's feeling some type of way about that. Then there's also a distant relationship with her twin brother because he basically got shunned because of his sexual orientation. And they basically said, he's dirty and he's dead to us. And I was like, damn, you gonna say that about your son? Like that? That's crazy. I would never do that. Her and her fiance were supposed to go on an engagement trip to New York, but he couldn't go. So she went by herself, and her brother also happens to be in New York, but, they live in California, but he lives in New York. And they were saying, well, her mother said, don't you see your brother? Because, he's dead to us. It's like, oh, damn. But of course she went to see her brother. Like, are you crazy? She's being a tourist in the city. So she was in, is it Times Square? Somewhere in Manhattan. And she discovers a ring just like oh my gosh. Because something happens where she ends up finding the ring. It's like, oh my goodness, it looks like a very important ring. It's probably a really romantic story behind it. And I want to find the owner of it. And she's trying to find the owner within the short trip that she has in New York. And then the story of the ring itself was what was so interesting to me. Oh my gosh, this is so good. It seemed like she was more free to be herself when she was around the people in New York versus how she was in California with her family. I love that for her. You know, she's able to find herself. I didn't like how male-centered her family was. I didn't like that. But whatever. Highly recommend it. 5 stars. There was another book I was going to talk about. Or 2 more. And both of them, I'll put them on the screen. The ex comes back into the picture. And they pissed me off because it's like one of them, it was a Friendsgiving. Everybody's chilling. The main character, I forget her name, she was engaged to this man. I forget why he called it off. Yeah, he just stopped talking to her. And then he's posting pictures of hanging out with the boys and taking pictures with some girl. But then he sees that she's out with her friends and takes a picture with one of her guy friends that she had a crush on years ago when they were in college. That's when he decides to text her and call her baby and stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. You wasn't pressed until you saw she was with that guy. This is like, really, sir? So then they're at Friendsgiving and he just pulls up with flowers like it's all good. No, that's not how this works. So they have a whole conversation and it seemed like they didn't know if she's gonna go back with this guy or what. I won't spoil it, but I was like, she said she was exhausted from that conversation, and so was I, because I was like, this guy is just manipulative and gaslighting the crap out of her. I was just like, ugh. He did you a favor by calling that wedding off. The entitlement he had was absurd. Then the other book, the part that I want to bring up, the main character's name was Star. Her sister's name is Angel. Her ex's name is Ashton. This man, Ashton, was dating Star, saw her sister Angel, and dumped Star to date Angel. And now they're engaged to get married. Star is in town for the holidays. This man, okay, nobody apologized or even acknowledged the fact of how this would make Star feel. They just expected her to deal with it. And she don't want that man back. She just wanted an apology. Like, y'all not just gonna be acting like you didn't do what you did, whether or not y'all are more compatible. Her sister was very self-centered. Eventually she apologizes. So Star is dating this guy. Is it Wayman? Something. So Ashton pulls up to this guy's job and says, you know, I see that you've been dating her, and I just want to give you a heads up that she's not really the marriage type. But let me know if you're interested in more high quality women. I was like, this asshole got the nerve to pull up to this dude's job and say something like that. And the dude wanted to punch his teeth out. I was like, yes, I don't blame you. The audacity of this man. I was going to mention TV and movies, but I don't know. I'll do it. So next, briefly, talk about TV and movies. I've been binge watching The Office. This is the first time I've ever watched the series in order, because whenever I've seen it, it's been out of order when it's on Comedy Central or something. Yeah, it's pretty good. At first, when I watched it years ago, I didn't really care for it, but now, like when I first started watching it again, that was a couple of years ago, it's hilarious. I am currently on season 8, so yes, there's definitely a difference once Michael left, but it's still funny. It just feels like, I don't know, like a spin-off. I have not been able to watch the latest season of Abbott Elementary, which is crazy because I love that show. It's one of my favorite shows ever, and I have not watched a single episode of season 5 yet. But I will get to it. I never mentioned that I watched Sinners before because everybody was talking about Sinners. It's just one of those movies you gotta see more than once. Instant classic. And I don't want them to have a sequel. Just leave it. I also watched Merv recently, which is an Amazon movie. It's basically about like, how would you navigate if you were in a relationship with someone, but y'all shared a pet, but now that y'all are no longer together, how do you work with that? Like, because of the breakup, it really upset the dog, because dogs, they're sensitive to stuff like this, so they're trying to make the dog feel better. It was a cute movie. There were certain moments though where I was like, that green screen is a little too obvious. Other than that, it was a cute movie. I also saw Captain America in theaters, which was nice. Of course, there were like political agendas in that movie, as it is with most movies, but it was alright, So it was good. I liked it. That's that. And then life. So this year, I was finally getting back into the groove of things, with the whole loss of my dog at the end of 2024, and then having a very, I don't even know the word to describe what the holiday season was like. Getting into 2025 with, beginning of the year, my birthday and things like that, things were starting to get to where I want it to be, because 2024 was so much that I said, okay, I need to make more time for myself and slow things down. So that's what my intention was, and I was doing that. But then, as we got towards the end of winter, all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose, and so I've been ripping and running since then. Then in the summer, I got my wisdom teeth pulled out. Impacted wisdom teeth. So they have to really get in there and do surgery to get them out. So I'm going through things that I won't mention. And there's other stuff going on. It just felt like, I don't know how to put it into words, but it just felt like, just because I don't mention stuff that I'm going through does not mean that I don't go through things. So it just felt like, she works a lot, and maybe she's stressed out about work and nothing else. But no, there be things going on. There's too much going on at one time, basically. And it's like, how can I be present at all if there's so much going on? I can barely be present with myself, and then I'm supposed to be present with everyone else too, and it's just like, how though? And I'm trying to slow down, but I can't because there's too much going on at one time. Insanity. So that's when I had my ultimate crash out. That's what I'm calling it. And since then, I have been doing all right. I really believe I needed that crash out to get where I am right now, because there comes a point where you just can't take it anymore. I am not going to drive myself crazy over things I have no control over. So what can I do to make things less stressful, and how to better prioritize myself? I will say that this holiday season feels much better than last holiday season. So We're doing good. Okay. What's been helping? Music, journaling, therapeutic practices, hobbies, like reading, painting, all the stuff that I've been showing y'all that I've been doing. That's been essential into maintaining my sanity. And also, just being like, enough is enough. Being more assertive over what I can control and trying my best not to stress about what I can't control. With that being said, 2025 in general is a mess. Like, aside from things that you as an individual may be going through, the things that are going on in this world is absolutely insane. And it's just like, what is going on? And that's why I made that YouTube Shorts video. Like, are we good? There's so much going on this year. That concludes this video. I intend on uploading this before 2025 is over, but if not, it is what it is. It's still a recap of the year. That's that. Thanks for watching, and I wish all of you a happy and healthy 2026. Be safe and take care. Bye. I knew it was gonna stop recording. I'm not ready yet.